Spiritual Psychics TV is hosting the first annual recognition of achievements this December, acknowledging those who dedicate their lives to a spiritual act of kindness. Spiritual Psychics TV, bringing spiritual people together.
Hello everybody. I don't know what was going on there for a moment. I think Facebook and YouTube was having a little moment there. Hi everybody and welcome to the new show today, which we are looking into animal healing and communication. So really pleased to be here. You've probably seen a lot of my face for the last 3 days for various different reasons on SPTV, but it's amazing to be here today doing something a little bit different. So my name is Harnett, if you don't know me already. I am apart from being an animal healing communicator, I'm also a spiritual medium, tarot card reader, trance medium and healer. Really pleased to be with you all today again. So please, if you think anybody would be interested in this show, please tag them into the comments, please, on YouTube and via Facebook. Please share the stream and get us out there far and wide, all over the country, all over the nation, all over the world. Okay, lots of people out there with their little spiritual pets that they are loving, with lots of probably questions around their pets and why they're behaving in the way they are. For example, what's going on with them, things that they're maybe behavior issues there that you'd like to get to the bottom of. Anything at all that you would like to know regarding your pets. So please, what you have to do is, if you have a pet and you would like to know a little bit more about what's going on with them, please will you, there's an email at the bottom which is info@spiritualproductions.co.uk. Yeah, productions is spelt wrong. Yeah, please, if you could get a picture of your pet. I need the eyes showing. It's really important that I'm seeing the eyes when I communicate with an animal, because the eyes are the window to the soul, not only in people, in animals as well. Okay, and please as well, along with your picture, will you send a question around your animal? Okay, so it's really important again that we get to the bottom of the real reasons, the real issues around them, and how we can help them. How, you know, I need to be able to know a little bit about them today, just so that I can communicate with them, go straight to the point with them, and so we can get through as many as possible today. Okay, now I'll just give you a quick background. Okay, I've always been a huge animal lover, always been surrounded with pets. I've had horses, I've had ferrets, I've had dogs, cats, guinea pigs, rabbits, rats, mice, hamsters, gerbils, you name it. I think I've pretty much had it. Apart from anything slimy or in the reptile world, I don't seem to have gone down that route yet. But like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm doing it well before I was qualified, which I am. I have a qualification in animal healing communication, and I'd just like to share this with you guys today. So, have we got any people watching? Is there any hellos? Who have we got on today? Hi, Lynn Taylor. How are you? Hello, Marie Fraser from Scotland. Hello, Willow. Oh, you're new here. Welcome. Hi, V. Hi, Donna from New York. Hi, Bev Buttle. Hi, Myra. Hi, Vicky Foster. Hello, Tina Place. Hi, Michaela. Hello, Kimbo. And woof woof to all, unless you're a cat. Hi, Sharon Brown. Hi, Alison Barton. Hi, Kim Gary. Oh, love you too. Hi, Nat Wilson. Hi, Christine Davis. Hi, Patricia. Thank you for sharing. Hello, Lisa Wilkinson. Hello, Gail. Liked and shared. Thank you very, very much. We much appreciate it in the SPTV world. Hi, Gail. Hello, Sarah. How are you? Right, I think we have caught up. So, if you have a pet that you would like to communicate with, please, please, please do send a picture into the to the email. Sorry, I was just going to repeat it, but then I won't do it because I get a little bit confused about all that sort of thing, being a dyslexic. So yeah, make sure when you submit your photo, please make sure their eyes are as clear as possible and place your question with the photo, and the email is below. So please do send them in, okay, with your question. So have we got anybody? Oh yeah, and keep the questions as short as possible, direct and to the point, let's say, okay, otherwise it's very hard to read it on the screen. So have we got anybody already that has sent in a picture of their animal? And this is Gail's. Okay, Gail. So I'm just going to read out the comment. My 3-year-old mongrel is a rescue from Spain. I've had her since she was 5 months old. She is really reactive to men, and she doesn't, and or men she doesn't know, and car doors being shut outside our house in the road. The problem is post coming through the letterbox. She snarls, rips the post. If I try to stop her, she snarls and almost bites me. I don't know if you can find out why she's so reactive to the post and car doors and men. Right, okay. Now what I'm just going to do for a moment is I'm just going to look at your lovely dog. Please let us know the name of your dog as well. Right, okay. Now when I'm linking in, Gail, your dog actually, even though you've said it's she's, I would say she feels very alpha. Okay, she's in fact a very alpha dog. She thinks she's male. Okay, now I know you've had her since 5 months old, and I do feel like they would have considered her saved pretty quickly. But I want to say that the parent, the mother of her, I don't know how much you know, but there is a real feral feeling around that dog as well. It's almost like sort of in the DNA there. It's Freya. In the DNA there's a real like pack animal there. Okay, it's a dog there that sort, and also I want to say has had to fend for herself rather a lot, even in a very short time there. That she's sort of had to, let's say, get her defences up, and she's been very, very Okay, bear with me. She just keeps showing like there was quite a lot of abuse within the first couple of months, okay, or even to the point of somebody trying to, let's say, thought they were doing her a favour and rescuing her. She was quite a defensive dog from the very start. Now she comes across, like I said, as very male, okay, very alpha. She is one of those sort of dogs that literally feels like she needs to defend you literally at all costs, okay. Um, she keeps showing a man and his legs though, okay, so it feels very much like she's either been kicked, um, shoved out the way with feet, okay, because she keeps like cowering when she was younger around feet, okay. She didn't seem to like a lot of legs or a lot of feet running around her. Now she's showing me it's definitely been kicked, not by yourself obviously, okay. Bear with me just a moment because I'm just talking to her. She very much likes the comfort of her own home, okay. She's very defensive over her own home, and she's very reactive to smells. Now I know dogs are sort of renowned for smelling things, okay. Yes, that would make sense. Mum was found with puppies just as they've been born, okay. There's a real feral feeling in the DNA, like I said. But she's got this massive, like, what to say, ego. It's almost like trying to protect you is like the biggest thing here. And she's got a very acute sense of smell. To her, anything that doesn't smell like you, your children, is really alien to her, and she doesn't like it, okay. There's certain, I wouldn't say like aftershaves, that she doesn't like as well on a man. She's this, when the smell comes through the letterbox, and when anybody comes to the door, she literally thinks somebody's going to like come in, push their way in. I mean, she hasn't always got to grips with the fact at the moment that, you know, the letters are coming through the door and they're not going to hurt her, okay. But anything that smells of somebody else at the moment, she's literally going to rip up because she just doesn't want it in the house. Now, what I would suggest, okay, is like, you know, you can buy those sort of old-fashioned cages that catch the post, for example. I would advise something like that. I know on the like an outside letterbox is great, okay, but it's almost like I've got to get her used to this. I've got to get her used to this sort of thing. Now, what I want to say as well there is you could try putting things like treats in one of these wire letterbox letter holder things. Something that, you know, makes it so it's not all bad, if that makes sense. Now she keeps showing me she likes this squeaky thing or squeaky toy. Now it feels like I want you to sort of start doing something where people that you know are putting things through the letterbox. I still see a cage thing that I want the letters to fall into, but it's like I want sort of familiar smells to be coming through the letterbox and see how she reacts to that, for example. I want like when she doesn't react or she sort of leaves it alone, I want you to sort of entice her with something squeaky. It's like a squeaky toy or a squeaky bone, something like that, or a squeaky ball. It's like as soon as something is distracting her, like, don't react to her, squeak the ball and run away with it, okay. She ripped it off the door, right, okay. It just might be an idea to get one that another one. But it's like reacting smells that she really doesn't like. So anything you could do to distract her away from it, I wouldn't say do, okay. Or I obviously don't know what your house looks like, but anything that could almost be in the way of that door as well, like a curtain or something like that, something that she's not necessarily seeing what's happening there. Distraction all the time. It's like distraction, squeaky balls, treats, trying to get her away from it. Or if you do have like we don't have a regular time for your post, it's almost like keep her out of the way at that time. Now she's I don't think you're ever going to stop her being reactive to men, okay, because I had a dog, a rescue dog, and she was great with everybody, kids, babies, everybody, but wiry old men she absolutely hated. She was also a rescue dog, and we didn't know at that time what had happened to her, but it was pretty obvious basically what had happened to her. Just distractions at the moment now, and like I said, anything that's going to block her way to the door is going to be good as well. I know that she'll still bark, but all distraction methods are going to be good for her. Yeah, it is definitely the smells. It's definitely the smells, and it's definitely men's aftershave that she keeps making me smell. And do you know what smell I keep smelling? It isn't fruit. Do you remember the chorus? I don't know if anybody remembers that. It's like I'm smelling that. It's like there might just be this sort of regular smell that seems to be coming through the letterbox that she didn't like, but she's so sensitive, so sensitive, and very, very alpha. She is a dog that you literally have to be on top of, and she is a dog. When I say a dog, not a baby, okay, you have to treat her like a dog, not a baby. With this one, she's definitely one that especially, I want to say, of the recent months, she feels like there's an extra feel here, like she has to look after you because of like vulnerabilities and things in the home that have been happening for you. She just wants to protect you. And I know it's annoying, but we just have to understand that sometimes our dogs or our pets take over where maybe there's a loss, and they're very aware of that as well. Just be aware as well that she keeps barking or she keeps staring in the kitchen at a corner, okay, because that's where there is somebody standing, okay, in spirit, that's watching over you as well. So when she's like looking in the corner of this kitchen area, I feel like there should be a glass door there as well. She just keeps looking at that and saying that she knows he's there. She knows he's there. I hope that makes some sense to you. It might be worth getting a dog behavioural therapist in, not necessarily a communicator as well, just to give you some tips there. Okay, she is very much an alpha. Yes, she is. She's like coming across as male, not female. And she's a lovely dog, however. Okay, Mark wore a particular one, and so does his son. She must not like a different one. I don't think she does. I'm really getting that old-fashioned chorus. I mean, it's not that old-fashioned if you're a 70s 80s person, but yeah, she's just very particular about what. Yeah. Oh, she does that in the kitchen and the lounge. Yeah, definitely in the kitchen. She's just showing here that that's where there's somebody standing, a male there standing, and she misses him. I hope that makes sense to you, Gail. Please let me know. Okay. So then, Freya, behave yourself is what I'm going to say, Freya. I'm just communicating with her at the same time. Also, Gail, try putting amethyst and tiger's eye and rose quartz in her bed if she has a specific bed. Okay, if she sits like on the corner of a sofa or something, put the crystals under there, okay, and have the intention that they're just going to balance her up a little bit. She just is a little bit out of balance, especially in the heart chakra area and the throat. I'll send healing to Freya. Right then, Mr. Producer, have we got another one? That's absolutely fine. So yeah, it's funny with rescue animals because even though you might catch them early, they still have issues. It's like if you, for example, think about a child in care. That child's usually in care for a reason. It could be that they were neglected. It could be the child was abused. It could be the child was well, yeah, basically there could be drugs and all sorts going on, you know, and we don't want to think about things like that. But you think about the damage that's done with a child and then the rehabilitation, years and years of love and support that you have to give them. It's the same with an animal. The only difference is that you can understand a child and often you can't understand an animal. So it is amazing. Bev Buttle. So we're Bev Buttle. Let's see what animal you have. At the moment, I can't see one. Oh my goodness. What a cutie. Right. Question. Kimmy loves watching TV, but also looks around the room, and I'm sure she is seeing spirit in the... Is that the case? Right, okay. Let me just tune in to Kimmy. I've fallen in love with your dog. I fall in love with every dog. What a beauty. Right. Kimmy, oh bless. Right, Kimmy is a very psychic dog and a very switched on dog. She's also a very OCD dog. Okay, she likes literally. I hope this makes sense. I know this isn't yet what you're asking, but she's sort of a little bit. Let's say OCD. She likes things to be her way. She's very. She's a rescue. Oh bless. She likes things her own way. She really likes routine. She keeps being very obsessed with things. So it's like either balls or toys. There's certain things that it's almost like she's staring at them, waiting for them to move. Obviously, they're not going to move unless you move them, or somebody in the family moves them, or she moves them herself. But it's almost like she's looking at them, waiting for them to move, waiting for someone to play with her. Okay, she's ever so playful, ever so sweet. Yes, she is seeing spirit. Now she's showing me an older lady that that visits the house. Now it isn't a tall lady, okay. 5'5", 5'2", between there. Okay, she said that the lady has, well, when she was younger, she would have had like a brownie coloured hair, a bit of a wave to her hair. It would have come down to sort of there, okay, her hair. She was wearing, it looks like she had coloured glasses on, so it might have been like some plastic coloured glasses. Okay, she was a real sweetie. She's got like slightly swollen ankles there, or swollen knees and swollen ankles. She stands there because she used to love dogs as well, okay. Anyway, she feels like she should be related to you, like a grandmother or a great grandmother there. She's quite a, what did I say, spirited lady. She's certainly one that would have said it how it is, okay. She wouldn't have taken no for an answer. She's a very, let's say, bossy. She can be a bit bossy, but she's lovely at the same time. I don't know if this makes sense to you now. You might have to do a little bit of looking back, all right? She keeps showing this lady, I know it sounds a bit cliche, an elderly person knitting, but it's either knitting or sewing, okay? And she used to be quite good at it until her fingers were not very good. Okay, please let us know if this makes sense to you. Anyway, she sees this lady, and this lady is quite intriguing to her. Okay, she's quite an intriguing woman. Now I feel like there should have been some terriers in the past as well. Okay, because she keeps also seeing some other dogs. I feel like it should be like a Jack Russell Terrier that either you had or this woman had. That would be your mum. Okay. Right, bless her. She's actually a sweetheart. Anyway, she's just says it how it is. But she keeps showing me like something like either a Jack Russell Terrier or a Westie. Okay, and apparently this is a dog from the past. She says that also like comes around your mother in the room. She's always watching her. She said, but I don't know if you've noticed her with a ball, Kimmy, and then she drops the ball and it's rolling towards a certain area, okay, because it's almost like she wants your mum to play with her, okay, but obviously it would take a lot of energy for your mum as a spirit to pick up the ball and roll it back. If you'd see a ball rolling randomly in your home, just know that your mother did it. Right, okay, let me see. Yes, she is. Yes, and it's important again, like I said to Gail, with her dog Freya, if you're noticing that she's certainly looking in certain areas, certain places, and she seems to be quite obsessed with that, I would say just talk to your mum, all right, because that's where your mum will be standing, just keeping an eye over her, what you're up to and what you're doing, Beth, at the moment. Your dog here is also concerned, or you've been concerned about your health, Bev, okay, because she's showing me like you felt really tired and just not quite all right, okay. Now you're going to notice with Kimmy that if she's worried about you, she'll sort of be at your feet staring at you, or always sitting around you, okay. Now if you are sort of feeling a little bit low, it sort of feels like you should be going to a doctor, okay, just to get things checked out. You know, blood pressure, any sort of, you know, if you're a bit lacking in iron, for example, because your dog sort of seems to know when you're not quite right, okay, and you just seem to be going on, and carrying on, when I really want you just to have a little rest for a couple of days, okay, and not to worry or stress about other people. This is what Kimmy worries about with you, all right. And do you also know that Kimmy likes teenage boys, because she keeps like almost going a bit gooey when she sees a teenage boy. When I say teenage, they could be up to sort of 20. It's like I've gone a bit pathetic, you know. It's like, oh, hello. So just know, I had a Yorkshire Terrier and terriers. Right, okay. Yes, my mum did. It makes perfect sense. Well, just know that your mum hasn't changed. She's still doing it, okay? Sitting in the corner or wherever she was, and she does that with a ball. Fabulous. Just talk to your mum, talk to the people upstairs. Yes, you're tired. Definitely go and get your blood checked, Bev. Oh, bless her. She jumps on you and cuddles up when you're not feeling great. She's a very, very intuitive dog, okay? She'll know when you're not feeling right. Just go to the doctors and just get like things like you know, iron check, B12 check, for example. It just feels like you just got yourself a bit run down there, all right? And she just wants you to be all right, bless her. I hope that helped, Bev. I want to meet Kimmy. I want to meet Freya. I want to meet Kimmy. Right then. So we're just getting the next picture up, so bear with me. Okay, now the next picture that is coming up is from somebody called Vicky, but we are not quite sure which Vicky it is. So please, when you see the picture, if your name is Vicky and it's your picture, please do say it's me, just so we know, okay? And the question, obviously, as well. All right, so we need the question around the pet. Oh. I love staffs, they're smiley. Right, we need to find out which Kim, and we need. Right, so the question that we have been that's been put to us is, how long do I have him? So I am guessing that he's not been so well, all right. Now, one thing I can't do really, well, I can, but I won't, is put a time limit on, okay, is because if I was wrong or if something changed, obviously it's we're not allowed to do it for Ofcom reasons as well, really, okay. So if I was to say something and I was wrong, or it caused you distress, then obviously I can't answer that question. However, I am going to say that this dog is a happy dog, all right, and I do want to say as well, when the time does come, if this is your question, as I'm looking at your beautiful dog, he likes, and I don't want you to put pressure on yourself for this either, okay? It's like your dog, however long your dog has left, it feels important that your dog's at home for as long as possible, okay? Because this dog is a real homebody. It really, really does love home. It really loves being at home. It really loves everybody being around. It feels here like I keep stroking the ears and stroking that part of his head there, okay? I just feel like it's really like comforting to the dog there. I don't even know the name of the dog. Have we found out whose it is yet? Right, whoever this is, right, I'm going to I'm going to just say that whoever this dog is, however long the dog has left, is what matters is quality of life and just being able to pop out here and there. It's really important that there's a, you know, if there's drive in the car. Okay. So whose beautiful pup is this? He's my world. The Floyd, oh bless. Right. So like I said, the Floyd wants just to be at home as long as possible. At the moment, they keep showing me like drives out in the car. Right now, if the drive out in the car is just like a 5-minute walk at the end of the day, it's like that doesn't matter. All right. I keep seeing somewhere where Floyd used to like to walk. All right, and it feels like I'm down near some water. So like down near some either a river area or stream area, because I keep seeing some woods there, and it feels like there was like some sort of stile, like the old-fashioned stile to climb over. So it feels like there was somewhere you used to go that I want to go to again. All right, like I said, even if there's just a 5-minute walk once we get there in the car. And keep showing me as well like a bed in the car. All right, so it just might be worth putting the bed in the car just for comfort there. Floyd is like, he likes his comfort. He said he's sleeping rather a lot at the moment. Okay, he likes to sleep, and not to worry about him when he does this. He just needs to sleep. Okay, like there's a lot of effort going on, or getting tired very, very quickly. Yeah, please do take him out in the car. My dog actually hates the car. One of them likes to walk on the other side, but hates the car. But honestly, it's like I'm looking out the window, got a bed in the back of the car, feels all cozy, getting down to wherever this water is. Right now, I live in Portsmouth, and I keep seeing somewhere like Hillsey Line, so I don't know where you live, B. But it's like a lovely, lovely walk down there where there's sort of woods and there's a sort of a little bit of a river thing going on, or a large stream that it just feels like I'm there. So it feels like, yeah, please to go to something like that. Okay, like I said, it doesn't matter if you just go, it doesn't matter if you just go sit with a picnic, share it with Floyd, but just getting outside is really, really, really important to him at the moment. Okay, and just make the most of him. He'll tell you when he needs to go. He says he'll tell you when he needs to go, and you'll know it in his eyes. You'll know it in his eyes. Okay, but I can't for reasons. I can't give you times. Okay, I hope that helped. But please get him in the car and take him down to the river. Right then. Okay, that was a quick one, but I hope that helped. So just to explain again, when we are mediums, psychics, etc., or animal communicators, or anybody that communicates with any soul there, whether alive or not, it's unethical for us to, and probably illegal for us to give time limits on people's lives, or you know, or animals' lives. It's really best to get that information from a vet. Oh, quickly, and Floyd, he keeps showing me cannabis. Right, it keeps showing me cannabis, so it feels here like you could be looking, unless you've tried it already, which you may well have done, like trying CBD oil for dogs. Okay, so cannabis oil for dogs. It just feels like there could be some sort of joint relief there, because it does feel like the back legs and lower spine that he's suffering with there. Okay, hope that helped. Right, sorry, Mr. Producer. Another Vicky. Oh, this is Bella. I've got a Bella, and she barks all the time and hates anyone who comes to my door. This is getting worse. Right, Bella, you little monkey. Right, let's have a little look at Bella. Right, I can tell you now, Bella is really, really imbalanced within her chakra system at the moment. This isn't your fault, okay? It's just how she is. She's quite a nervy dog, all right? You might find that she even shakes sometimes because I just keep seeing her shaking. Now, it's not always nerves. Sometimes it's like overstimulation, overexcitement. I also do feel with Bella that she really does need to get out more, all right? She gets quite pent up and frustrated. Now, again, there's time limits, I know, okay? Just for example, I take my dogs out for a mammoth walk in the morning and then they have 2 smaller walks later on. But some dogs need more than others, and my Bella would absolutely all day go for walks, whereas the other ones, you know, he's a bit of a potato and he would go to sleep after the first walk for 3 hours. So all dogs are different, like all kids are different. There's a little bit right, okay. She's sort of coming across as a little bit like people would be on the autistic spectrum. I would say that Bella is also a little bit that way inclined. Okay, she's sort of very, again, another dog that's very routine like. You'll probably find that you would almost tell the time by her as well, regarding walks, feeds, things like that. I want to say she's revving herself up half an hour before she's even, these things are supposed to happen. So if you walk her at regular times or feed her at regular times, you'll probably find that half an hour before these things that she's sort of like already revving herself up for it. Now, it feels like, well, I've been told with this before, she often shakes at both. Yeah, she shakes a lot. I just keep seeing her feel really shaky. But it's all of overstimulation, overexcitement. It's like I want to wear her out a little bit more, I'm going to be honest with you. Some more walks, all right? So it's as well, she's quite an intelligent dog, and she needs something to do, all right? Some dogs, like I said, are just quite happy just being. Some dogs are just manic. She's quite manic. Now, it's like I want to give her things to do there as well. So, like, if you could hide things, if you have a garden, hide things in the garden, hide things for her to sniff out, treats, things like that. I know this isn't answering your question yet, but she's just saying that she just needs a little bit more like intelligence stimulation there. She's another one that I would say is quite alpha, okay, in the way she is. But it feels like you need to change tactics. Now, she keeps showing me her wanting to jump up. Now, I can see she's quite, you know, a slight and leggy dog, but it just feels I struggle to run her as she gets nasty. Right, are you talking about nasty with other people, other dogs? All right, there's ways and means around this. Okay, like I said, it could be that she just needs like to run around in the garden more, or you need to throw things for her to catch, for example. She keeps showing me she likes soft toys, okay, or she's like literally playing tug of war with something there. But yeah, this is, like I said, no reflection upon yourself, Vicky, but she just needs stimulation. She just really needs stimulation at the moment. Now, obviously, there's things that you can do. People don't like putting muzzles on dogs, but sometimes to make things easier for other people, we have to. Okay, but I just feel like you just need to have more confidence around her as well. It's almost like you're preempting her doing something. It's almost like I can feel myself sort of bubbling up there with like nervousness when I'm taking her out, almost like I'm preempting her doing something when she won't always. Okay, so definitely change the way you're doing things with her. I would advise that you've maybe got a animal behaviorist around as well, okay, to give you some exercises. But I keep seeing here that you need to sort of change something as she's coming in, okay, as people are coming in the door, for example. It's like I want to have almost like a pot of treats outside the door, and when you're coming in, it's something that she likes. Now, she keeps showing me dried sausage, something like a dried sausage, okay, cut up dried sausage or something along those lines. But it's like I want to get them and just chuck them on the floor, right? It's important that they don't make facial contact with her as well, because she doesn't like people looking at her. she might be all right with you looking at her, but she doesn't like other people looking at her. Please let us know if this is making sense. All right, it's like eye to eye contact. She feels quite threatened. There, she's also saying that she wasn't that socialized early on, and again, like I said, there's sort of tendencies like like somebody with autism. She doesn't always quite get other dogs. She doesn't quite. I tried this then the second time she tried to bite me. I don't know what you tried. What was that? Okay. Yeah, it's like certainly with people coming in the door, I want a distraction. So get the treats. You have a sort of, you know, on a lead, but not pulling her. It just feels like I need to sort of take her out or give her a treat there. Somebody come in, throw some treats on the floor, totally ignore her. She really hates people staring at her. Really hates it. Now, when I do work with animals, I always ask them like encouraging questions for, oh, the muzzle, encouraging questions so they talk to me. But your dog was definitely, Bella is like, she's just telling me what she doesn't like. She's just straight out with it, you know. She's a lovely dog, a really, really lovely dog, but another dog that you need to be in charge of, okay? She needs to be treated like a dog. And I know that we love having our animals on sofas, but I don't want her on a sofa. It's like she has to understand that she's a dog and she's not a baby, okay? If that person stares at her, she goes ballistic. Yeah, it's really weird because she really don't like it. In fact, this is the first dog in a long, long time that has showed me that they don't like being looked at. My dogs love it being looked at. I was saying to Richard before we came on, my dogs are useless because you know, somebody walked in the door, they'd be like, "Are you going to take me for a walk?" You know what I mean? They'd be upside down on their backs, having their tummies scratched and licking their legs. She's beautiful and fab with my family, but not other people. Yeah, you just need to, I would say somebody, let's say brave, okay, somebody sort of that would come and try this out for you, somebody that knows dogs, all right, and try that treat thing, so that distraction, so we're not looking at her at all. Turn your back on her, not you obviously, people that come in, turn your back right off on when we don't want her to jump up, we don't want her to take any eye contact until she's ready, okay? But she's a lovely dog. She just needs work. I hope that helped. I've got a cat here who's a bit demented, and she's got no tail. Hello. My cat here, if you can see, she has no tail. Look. My son calls her a fat rabbit. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm having an argument with my cat that's too friendly. Okay, sorry, that was the cat's fault. Right, so the dog is growling constantly. You're not helping. She's talking. Right, oh, what a beautiful dog. So she's a nightmare with the neighbours. Okay. Yeah. Right. Now, your dog is the first one that is almost refusing to talk to me. Right, okay, let me have a little go. I hope your neighbour's not watching. Right, is there a gentleman that lives next door, right? I'm going to say, I'm not quite sure if this is this house or it was a previous house, right? But I keep seeing a man, he seems quite big. So when I say big, I would say tall. So I want to say along the 6 foot or 6'1". He got brown hair, he's got glasses, his hair sort of swept to the side a little bit there. always banging things in the garden. Does this make any sense to you? Because he's showing me the nightmare indoors with me and hubby, and Duke is a he. Right, how old is your dog, Tina? Because I feel like this has got worse over time, all right? And there very much could be, and I don't know if you've been to the vet. He doesn't bother the neighbours. There used to be a neighbour, right? A neighbour that was biggish, that used to annoy him, right? It's like bang, bang, banging. He doesn't like the noise, all right? So just have a little look back on that, because I can't take it away, because that's what he's showing me, right? Has this problem got worse over the last sort of year and a half, 2 years? Okay, because he keeps the dog keeps showing me here that there's been sort of, let's say, a progression of this getting worse. All right. I want to say that there could have been, like I said, I'm not a vet, all right, but it's almost like I'm going to the brain of the dog. Have you noticed that there's been a specific behaviour change or behaviour change over time? The last 18 months, 2 years seems really relevant in this, and some health problems. I don't know what that means, Tina. I'm so sorry. Oops, 10. Yes, he has been to the vets. Is good at the vets and makes me out to be a liar. There's something with the dog spray, okay? And like I said, I'm not a vet and I can't diagnose. However, it almost feels that there has been like something pressure on the brain. It feels like it could be just like severe like headaches, but I keep feeling like a pressure here on my head, okay, almost going down to the temple area. Like there could have been just something there, something sort of almost like feeling like it ruptured or something there that feels quite, it makes the dog feel miserable. It just makes the dog feel miserable. And it would have to be something that you were literally having a scan to see if there was some sort of reason. But I'm seeing almost like, let's say, a medical reason rather than a behavioural reason. But it's definitely, I feel like it's one side of my head. So it's like on the right hand side around the temple area, up here, sort of behind the eye. There just seems to be like an ache or pressure. Okay. Now, your dog is very, I would say, definitely got worse. Yeah. It almost feels like something a little bit genetic going on within the dog as well. So something within the DNA there that's sort of either some sort of, do you know, like when two people get together, this is the only way I can describe it. Just for example, like me and all of my siblings have got some sort of autoimmune problem, okay? And obviously that's when two lots of DNA come together from the mother and the father, and they come and then they clash and have a little, a little breakdown there. Then we're born, and then we can have obviously something that's like DNA related, right? But there's something DNA related. He won't let me stroke him now. Yeah, there's something with his head, and also the base of his neck there as well. There's something that's come down within the DNA that's almost like, say we get like a dementia, for example. We don't all, that's the thing. We don't all get dementia. We don't all get Alzheimer's, but we inherit things. And there's something definitely within the DNA and inherited that is, I would say, the father's side of his family. Okay, the dog's father. That is affecting. So it could be like a little bit of like a dementia type thing, or an Alzheimer's type thing, or personality disorder type thing. And if he has got collie in him, okay, I would say that sometimes they do have problems like that, but there's definitely something DNA related. Now, I would get that checked out. I know you've said the dog is absolutely fine at the vet, and I thought he had dementia and have thought he needs to be put out of his misery. He is so miserable now. You will know the right time, Tina. there is definitely some sort of neurological thing going on. There is some sort of neurological problem. It DNA passed down. It's like it's not going to get particularly any better. Now, I've never had a dog or cat that has had that sort of problem, so it just feels important that you read up about it, you go to the vet, you do all the right things. Okay, if the dog's behavior is getting worse and becomes a problem to you, yourself, your partner, your family, sometimes we just have to rethink what we're going to do, because at the moment, like I said, the quality of life seems to be going downhill with regards to the dog, and it just almost doesn't recognize people. It's like he just doesn't recognize people. I know it's really sad when we have to make decisions, but you'll make the right decision for you, Tina, and for your family. And if you think that he's getting worse and there's not much else they can do, then it would be a time to start thinking about that. It would be also beneficial for if your dog would let anyone in, to get like an animal healer, so somebody that does animal reiki, animal healing of any variety, to come in and also see what they can do, see if it makes a difference, balance him up a little bit. He's really out of balance. I hope that helped, Tina. He almost refused to speak to me at the beginning. I was sort of surprised he did. Oh yeah. Right. Hold yourself together. Hold yourself together, Polly. Mr. Producer is being a naughty boy. Right. So we're going to do a quick advert, and then we're going to come back and see who is next.
You're watching Polly Harnett and her Animal Communication Special. The show will continue after these short announcements. Tonight from 8:30 p.m, Matt and Kirsty join us for their Spiritual Question and Answers show. They will also be offering readings to those who ask the best questions. Tomorrow night from 8 p.m, we have Deb Clark offering mediumship readings. Later from 10 p.m, Ricky and Tyler host their own show offering oracle and mediumship readings. For more information on our broadcasts, schedule, and information about the presenters, please visit our website. That's it for all the announcements. I'll pass you back to Polly. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Hello, back again. So make sure you do tune into those other shows, all you SPTV viewers, you lovely people. And I am just going to explain something very quickly that I said a moment ago before. Oh my God, that's a beautiful little dog. It can stay. That dog can stay. That, like people, animals have the right to decide whether they're going to talk to us or not. Okay. It's like if I went up to some random person in the street and said, I need to heal you, I need to communicate with you, tell me all of your problems. You'd probably think, no, hang on, I don't know you from Adam. Why should I tell you all of my problems? And it's the same with dogs and cats and any other animal. If they want to speak to me, they will. If they don't want to speak to me, they won't. Now, there's only been one or two ever that hasn't wanted to speak. One of them bit me, and that's just part of the job. It's usually little dogs that do things like that, but not the big ones, funnily enough. So yeah, I tried desperately to talk to a miniature sausage dog. It didn't want to speak to me and ended up with a hurt finger. Right then, let's have a little look. Stace, that's Stace Shaw. So what is the root cause of Chip's anxiety? He barks at everything and can't leave him alone in the room for a minute without him going crazy. Right. What a little sweetie. Chip is. Right, okay. Stace. Well, Chip is saying to me that my dog Chip, he said he's never had to. He doesn't like being on his own. Now, everything feels really big to him, okay? Now, obviously pictures are deceiving. He could be massive. It just could be the angle that you're doing this, but right, because it just feels like everything was quite overwhelming to Chip. All right, when you first got him, everything was really overwhelming. Now, did you have a dog crate? Because he keeps showing me one, and then he's going, no, no, like he doesn't like a dog crate. Okay, but I want to say I've got a jug. He's just over 2 years old. He needs to get used to like a small area, okay? And I know like it's, if you're not using a crate already, it's then quite hard at 2 years old to get them crate trained. But it's like with him, he needs his security, okay? It's like if you do use a crate, I want you to put things in it that he loves, all right? So say you've got an old dressing gown that's had it a bit, you know, and it smells like you. Don't wash it. Put it in there, okay? Cover it up with something. He needs to feel secure at literally all times there as well. Now, have you been talking about getting another dog as well? Because he keeps saying he's heard a conversation. It's like, would it be good for him? Would it be good for him? He said it would, okay? It's like he needs company. But I want to say with a dog that's a little bit older, not a puppy, okay? So if you are deciding to think about another dog to accompany him, it's like I want to get something that's older, because and a little bit more sort of used to being on their own. He's a bit of a wuss, bless him. I'm going to be honest. Right, let me just see what else he has to say. Yes, we did, but he hurt his claw on it, so we stopped using it. Do you know what, Stace? It's like get a soft one. You can get the travel ones that are fabric and like netting, rather than the metal ones. But I really feel with Chip that he needs his security. Okay, he needs not a massive crate, not one that he's going to be sort of swimming around in, if you like, too much room. It's like he needs to be sort of as secure as possible. Now, what I would advise, and it would, no, we ain't getting another dog, he's enough. He sort of seems to want one. That's up to you. I know what a commitment they are. That's up to you. But he wants like the company. He doesn't like being on his own. But yeah, maybe like a soft travel crate there, and put something familiar in, like yours or your partner's dressing gowns, something that you know smells like you. He is a wuss, yeah. It's like cover it with something as well, you know, just so it's all like that. I'd then sort of recommend that you put him in it at night. Okay, so getting used to it at night. Maybe just go out for half an hour at a time to get him used to being in it, so he's not in there for too long. Sometimes people do things like get cameras and things like that. Do you know what? I think that would make my life worse if I could hear them crying and I was out at the shop, you know. He will get used to it, okay, but you need to start being a little bit more strict there with him, because at the moment he's showing himself as a proper lap dog. It's like, you know, you're at home, he's with you, he's at home, he's with you. He doesn't like not being with you. It feels like there was an awful lot of time when people were literally around all of the time. Now that could have been because of lockdown, but it's like now they're not around so much. He doesn't like it, okay. And it is sort of a little bit of tough love, if you like. He knows he's a wuss. He knows he's a wuss. He's a real wimp, bless him. But again, it's like children. I've got 3. One of them was really sort of anxious, fine now, but was a very anxious child. Whereas I got my youngest one, who literally is like, God, he's like a 50-year-old man in a 19-year-old's body. You know, it's like they're very, very different. But yeah, anything sort of that he gets attached to, put in the crate with him, okay, because that's what he wants. He wants to feel safe. He wants to feel secure. At the moment, he would happily sleep in your bed with you in the middle, okay. That's what he wants. That's not necessarily what's good for him, okay. He needs to be like in a separate room and get used to that, literally, like the kitchen or an area there where he's safe and we can shut the door, okay. He's also showing me, I don't know if you've tried this because he keeps showing it to me, it's almost like I want to go onto YouTube and get like a doggy Reiki music. So I don't even know if that's a thing. Google that, Mr. Producer. See if there's like Reiki dog music. Please. And see if that's a thing. Okay. I'm sure there must be something on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube. Okay. But it's like something almost on someone's knee or my shoulder. Yeah, you literally have to get a little bit strict with him. I don't want him in your bed. All right. He wants to be in your bed. I don't want him in your bed. I want him in a separate room. There is something, apparently, Mr. Producer said on YouTube, 2 hours worth of Reiki dog music. So please do have a look, and it's free. You don't even have to spend any money. He's very ungrounded, Chip, very ungrounded. Now, Stace, I don't know if you're a healer or not. However, if you do any sort of healing, what I'd like you to do is just imagine, literally imagine drawing in unconditional love to your heart, okay? Almost like envisage it, your heart filling almost to the point of bursting point, if that makes sense. And then put your hand where the dog's heart would be. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious you'd be able to feel where the heart is there. And also the solar plexus area. Now, if you go onto, again, something like YouTube or Google it, you'll be able to get an image of where the dog's energy centers are, okay? And put your hand there and just feel that energy going towards the dog. You'll probably find that he will literally go to sleep or be unconscious, like, you know, on the floor. And just like let him enjoy that calm sort of feeling. But definitely crate, definitely not sleeping in your bedroom, not anywhere near your bedroom. It will take probably a good week of hell, right? However, he will get used to it, okay? And the more creature comforts he has, literally, or things of your own, that he wants to be close to you all the time, so let him have them, okay? Give him your dressing gown, go and buy yourself a new one, treat yourself. He will feel more at ease, but like I said, it will take time. It's almost like a child that won't sleep, and then, you know, you're having that sort of hell week where you're sort of having to go in, tuck them in, doing the super nanny bit. You have to do the super mummy bit with your dog, okay? He's beautiful. I want to say, I want to hug him, I want to kiss him, I want to love him, but he needs to understand who's boss, and at the moment he is. I hope that helps, Stace. So he loves music, and that's excellent. So yeah, please do. And anybody that's had similar issues, problems with their animals, please do take note of what has been said, okay? He sometimes lays himself on me with his heart on my hand. Oh, that's what he wants. He wants some love. He wants some healing. Yeah, please take note. You know, even if your situation with your pet animal is similar to that we've talked about today, please do take things on board, okay? Know that, like I said, it's like with people, rescue dogs take a long time to get the trust back, and often if they have been abused by somebody, they're not going to forget it. Just like we're not going to forget it. We can forgive it, we might not be able to forget it, okay? So just making sure that you just carry on working and understand that as much as we love our pets, and my pets are like my babies, we have to understand that some dogs, some cats even, are very alpha, and they need to be treated like a dog. He's a character, and yes, he is the boss, says Stace. Yeah, we need to change roles there. You need to be the boss, Stace. So I'm going to, I'm afraid I have to go, Alison. But thank you so much for joining us today. If you would like us to do it again sometime, please do let us know. And maybe get a few different questions, a few different animals even, for the next time. That'd be really cool. So thanks for having me today. It's been absolutely wonderful to be talking to all your animals there, and I've really enjoyed myself. I hope you have too. All right then. Anything I need to say before I go, Mr. Producer? Matt and Kirsty are on tonight at 8:30, so please do tune in for Matt and Kirsty. Sorry I couldn't get my ant on. Well, you know, like I said, we can't leave deck out. So the awards are now open, so please do nominate. So it's anybody you can nominate in the spiritual world. So you can nominate anybody. Okay, it could be me, Matt and Kirsty, it could be Richard himself. It could be absolutely anybody. Anybody that's made a difference to your life spiritually in any way, shape or form. Please vote for them. It'd be lovely for them to just get that vote, wouldn't it? Even if it's one. Bye-bye. See you soon.